Good evening, Scouts. So, tonight we're going to talk about escaping and the importance of escaping, so that you can continue to do lots of damage. This is not the team that I want, so we're going to clear that motherfucker out. There we go. Rebels seem to be the biggest damage dealer at the moment, so, at least for the AARP raid. So we're going to be bringing all the usual characters. If you got Commander Luke, that's awesome. Otherwise, Wedge Antilles is a fantastic backup lead because he can help keep your health up high. Right now, Leia may not be the most useful. The big problem with Leia on Phase 1 is if you're going to be smashing through it, the B2 battle droid is going to go ahead and dispel her stealth. But I don't think I got anybody useful enough at the moment to counter that. I mean, R2 is going to be good, but he's not going to be putting out much damage. I might actually sub her out for Chirrut. Chirrut will be really great for just making sure that as you escape, you can maintain max health. I skipped over him. Where is he? Good gravy. This is good podcasting right here. But yeah. Okay, so one of the most fantastic things about Phase 1 is making sure that you are trying to mitigate the 7-strike limit for Grievous. Grievous apparently does his mini enrage where he gets the little buff above his head with the triangle. Every 7 attacks or so. Sorry, I was taking a sip. So, one of the big things to do, very first round you do, try not to kill anybody because he's going to resummon them at the very first time he attacks. So, since B2 Battle Droid is stunned, I can go ahead and slow down Grievous with Commander Luke, and he didn't even trigger his attack everybody attack, so we're just going to go ahead and multi-attack him, see what happens. So now that that's happened, tough call. I'm going to roll the dice and see if he... Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm getting lucky. There we go. There's this relentless barrage. We'll go ahead and try and slow down some turn meter there, because Luke's regular attack either inflicts defense down or speed down or both, and also can remove 35 turn meter, which is sexual healing. So Grievous is about to make his first attack. Unfortunately, he's going to resummon these chuckle fucks at full health. Pardon my French. And aside from that, I honestly, one of the biggest problems with me on this is the fact that I don't know how to, I don't count his attacks properly. But we're looking, oh, there we go. That was 7. There we go. Alright, that was a lucky draw. So, now we can work on Grievous for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try and remove some turn meter. Pretty much any chance we get. Han, one of his best things is the fact that if they have, more than 50% turn meter, that he can remove 35%. Or, yeah, if they're more than 50% turn meter, he removes 35% turn meter. And that is fantastic. So, another nifty part about Han is the fact that he can, he gains a lot of turn meter on his special attack. So, boom, he's almost full again. And if you noticed, I went ahead and attacked Grievous because his attack, or his turn meter, was less than 50%. Now it's more, so when he gets his second attack, he'll be good to remove turn meter. There we go. We'll charge up Luke, and then this would be a good way to, yep, there we go. Remove a little turn meter. We'll just nuke everybody just for the funsies. Chirrut is really awesome because anybody with a debuff, when you do one of his special attacks, it replaces all the debuffs with heal over time. Let's see. Another important thing to know is, well, it's really all about turn meter control. This, yeah, there we go. And the fact that Luke triggers counterattacks is extremely important for that guy taunting, honestly. So now we can try and hope that we get somebody who can reduce turn meter before he freaks out again. There we go, we're looking good. Yeah, turn meter reduction, looking good. So we'll just keep, oh, there we go. And the cycle begins anew. So one of the big things to try and mitigate is just making sure you take out that B2 battle droid as fast as humanly possible. Aside from that, I kind of wasted that attack with Luke, but making sure that you know what you're attacking with, who you're attacking, and then once again we'll circle back to the fact that escape is the name of the game today. So I've still got 13 rounds until Grievous goes apeshit and murders everybody. So one of the most important things for this go round is the fact that we get people out before he decides to destroy everybody. So one of the less intuitive things about doing so is making sure that you are backing out in a timely fashion. And it may seem a little premature, but it's worth doing. So I usually try and start backing my troops out at about round 8. Just because there are going to be people that fail at doing so. So you need enough time to give them a round or two. There we go. Without the opportunity to be butchered by Grievous. So I may do another repost of this later, perhaps when it's not so late and I'm not so tired, but for the most part, it's just kind of something that I think would be useful for us to do. It'll help you get more, there we go, more damage on the AARP raid. And it will also help you make sure that you're just, putting up better numbers, getting better gear. We'll do better as a guild together. Another thing that's incredibly important for the AARP raid for Phase 1 is the fact that if you have somebody that can do buff immunity to Grievous, because even when he triggers his weird mini buff, he'll at least get, at worst, he'll get his full turn meter and then summon people back, but he won't get his mini enrage, where he can attack 3 times per round and ruin your day. So Commander Luke is extremely important. TIE Fighter Pilot is also very useful because he can actually inflict that as well. There are a couple other characters that can do that too, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I was going to say, well, I guess when it comes down to it, it's basically a full-fledged fight. You got to manage turn meter and the fact that he's going to be able to, do that. And you got to manage the ads. And this is a really shitty video, but I'm going to keep going. So we'll see what happens. Sorry, Snickle Fritz. Alright. So. What are we at on Grievous? We got 10 left? Alright, so let's keep going. Looks like he's over 50. Let's shoot him. Booyah. Watch the turn meter reduction. That is an important portion of this. Chirrut doesn't do any turn meter reduction, but he does hit like a truck when people have buffs. So, there we go. Chirrut's one of the most important people that I've found recently. Alright, so now's the time to make a decision. This will remove 100% turn meter if it gets lucky, and this feller will remove 30% turn meter. So he's over 50, so if you remove 100%, Han's next attack right here will not, he won't be able to do the things that he does. So if you remove 30, he probably still won't be able to do what he does, but we also got Biggs, who might be able to stall for a second. So let's find out. Alright, bad timing. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. Alright, cool. And that feller's dead. So we'll charge up Luke again. There we go. Got the buff immunity debuff on him again, so now we can kind of do what we want. We'll buff up and take care of these little fellers on the sides. There we go. And then we can just worry about turn meter reduction. So, how are you guys' nights going? Uh-oh. I didn't see that one coming. So we've come up on 8. So now's the time that I would usually try and start backing people out. But there's an important thing to remember. How are you going to back your people out? The escape is very, very important because you want to save as many characters as possible, and it's not always able. You're not always able to save everybody. So Commander Luke is my leader. He's also one of the most sustainable people because this attack right here clears him of debuffs and gives him lots of cool stuff, like recovers 40% health, 40% protection. So he's kind of one of the last ones to get out, but you really want to make sure he gets out. He's also pretty quick, so so figuring out the order in which to evacuate is good. Cheer It is also really sustainable, so he can last pretty long. Wedge Antilles is usually my first to escape, because he is the most effective leader, aside from Luke. So we'll go ahead and clear out the debuffs, make everybody as healthy as possible. And then we're going to try and reduce turn meter on Grievous. We're going to try and minimize attacks right now. So we'll go ahead and... there we go. So now Biggs is slowish by comparison. It takes like 8 rounds to get another attempt to flee, so getting Biggs out of there is useful. Alright, he's gone. So Han, right now Han is really flimsy for me, so getting him out is pretty important as well. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna get Cheer It out next, and then Luke. Alright, so that was remarkably effective, and that's how you run away like a bitch. So, if you have more questions, post them in guild chat, and we'll get back to you. Thanks, guys. SCOTS UNITE.